Hi, Dramione fam. Welcome to If You Love This Classic Disney Movie, You'll Probably Love This Dramione. These are just my own strange, occasionally out there opinions. So let's get into it with the most obvious. So if you love this movie, you know, the one where she sees the humanity and the trauma and the compassion inside the person everyone believes to be a beast, and then everyone screams Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, obviously you'd love Secrets and Masks and The Auction, but you knew that already. If you love this movie, you love an exciting war story where a young hapless heroine has to pretend she's something she isn't, a warrior, and falls very hard for her once cold squadron leader. Hi, it's The Fallout by Every Thursday. If you, like me, love this movie because you love the literal fish out of water tale where she literally has to collude with the bad guy to get what she wants, you'd probably like Apostasy by Deidre Lynn. But if you like the part about how she yearns for more in a frustrating world that has her pigeonholed, so she takes a chance on a crazy idea and finds herself out of her depths, but in the end finds ultimate happiness, A Year and a Day by AML Coco. If you like this movie for the tale of a wronged young woman who has to find refuge among a ragtag group of people she learns to love as found family, Amor, Vincent Omnia, or Rosemary for Remembrance are your girls. But if you love the part about an innocent woman being targeted by a kind of iconic queen driven by jealousy and insane ambition, a hard row to hoe. Although Draco obliterates that, Snow White prince, eats him as a midday snack. If you love this movie, where an overworked, sad young woman, mourning the loss of her parents, takes a chance on her desire to find more and finds a fairy godmother to dress her for the job and unexpectedly finds love, The Right Thing to Do by Julie Soto. And yes, Pansy Parkinson is a way better fairy godmother. If you loved this movie because you love the man being the fish out of water, having to learn to appreciate and respect a culture he's been raised to disparage, and having to take a stand to protect said culture, you'd probably love any Draco Joins the Order Year 7 rewrite, specifically Isolation by Bex-Chan or The Disappearances of Draco Malfoy by Speechwriter. If you love this movie because you love the guy who serves as the unwilling protector needing to rescue the already pretty badass girl in her own right, but it's the banter as they move from enemies to lovers that keeps you coming back, obviously DeMat Mobile, or Bad Omens by One Bed to Rule Them All. If you love this movie, I know this one isn't a romance, but you love a coming of age story where a young girl wants to do more to save her people and then has to navigate a very complicated ocean of emotions and learns to trust the mercurial and difficult to trust demigod with a heart of gold, Things We're All Too Young to Know by E. Evans. Okay, this one was tough. If you like this movie because you enjoy women being in charge of their own destiny, letting it go and such while stumbling around, potentially becoming interested in the wrong guy, I'm going to say The Gloriana Set by Phoebe Moon. The sisterly connection between Hermione and Ginny in this one is very sweet, and that's the main connection I made. I know this is a stretch. Okay, here's another stretch. If you love this movie because you love the guy that knows he doesn't deserve the girl trying to win her heart anyway, and she does fall in love with him because she secretly craves a little danger in her life, and they are helped and supported by a slightly unhinged and hilarious third party, Bloody, Slutty, and Pathetic by What Murda. Theo not so often gives Genie vibes, doesn't he? If you love this movie because you love a man who has many natural talents, take a chance on a new challenge, pushing himself, taking on dangerous situations, and falling hard for a woman who really wants absolutely nothing to do with him at first, no chance, no way, The Trials and Tribulations of Draco Malfoy's Employment by Lady Ursa. If you love this movie because you love a story where a cursed man meets a woman striving for more in her life, but then accidentally brings her into the cursed world with him, where they're in a forced proximity situation they are trying to reverse while fighting against a mystical, magical bad guy situation, Things Without Remedy by One Bed to Rule Them All. And finally, if you love this movie in which a young woman once fell in love with a lovely prince, but then was cursed into sleep, and said young man will do anything to save her. Anything. Even burning the world down. I mean, manacled. But if you don't want your soul to rip open, but you still love this story, go for Wait and Hope. Okay, how'd I do? What do you think? What are other, if you read this Dramione, should I do? Anyway, see you next time. Bye.